Good morning. Troy Rawlings live here. Welcome. Once again, I had a glitch, a little technical difficulty. It's about 6:14 a.m., 9:14 a.m. on the East Coast. Hello again. Hello. Hey, Diane. How are you? Diane. Hey, Diane. It's about 6:14 here on the West Coast, 9:14 a.m. on the East Coast. Yes, my brother said there was some echoing, so I came out and came back in. Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. Like I said, many of you know, one of my missions in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. And this month, the month of June, we're talking about self-love. So this is supposed to be day 11? Day 11? I don't know. Might be day 11. But today is Tuesday, the 14th. You know what? I usually do the celebrity birthdays. Birthdays. I'm from Baltimore. It sounds like that sometimes. Birthdays. And it's early in the morning. Lubricate my chassis. I don't even know what a chassis is in the car. Me, you. Little Java. Strong coffee. I like strong coffee. They used to call me strong coffee. What's going on, Miss Patty? Forgot what I was saying that quick. It's June the 16th, right? Oh, I think it's okay. All right. But we're gonna begin as usual. Hey, how are you? We're gonna begin as usual with some breathing. Not necessarily breath work. It's just inhale, exhale. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, just to get you started. You know. Drop your shoulders, relax a little bit, loosen up. Hopefully you've already done your walking, stretching, exercising, whatever you need to do. Got your coffee rocking and rolling. Make sure there's no cold in my eyes. Wipe the cold from my eyes. See who's this page and me and why. All right. But welcome to Troy Rawlings Live, morning edition. Get all the cranks out. You don't start working as soon as you get to work. It's not work, it's the labor of love. In all month of June, we're talking about self-love. So it's on my YouTube channel, my Troy Rawlings Live YouTube channel. You can go and see all the dope thing about this, at the end of a month, I'll have at least 20 hours on self-love. By the end of the year, I'll have over 300 hours on love, and it'll help. It's priming me for my next 2 books as well. So some stuff and some different things I'm taking in. But I also, like I say, we talked about this yesterday. You know, talking to yourself and how speaking kindly to yourself is the foundation of all love. Speaking kindly to yourself is the foundation of all love. We talked about that yesterday. So it's very important. What I'm doing on here with you guys, I do with myself every day. I feed myself with something that shows that I love me, and something that helps me love others properly, and go forth and do what I need to do. You know, my ums up. All right, let's breathe. Go with me, y'all, okay? Inhale through your nose. Try to fill your diaphragm, not just your chest. And deep inhale. Inhale love, peace, joy. Exhale. Anger, fear, doubt. Hate. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. What's going on? What's going on there? I said I'm gonna do something different today. I was always going to celebrity birthdays and see who the celebrity birthdays were. But I know Facebook gives me my friends or people who I'm connected with. Nice. People who I'm connected with gives me their birthdays. So if you know anybody whose birthday is today, June 16th, let them know to tune in. We got something special for them. We're talking about self-love. Everybody needs to know how to do some self-love. I don't believe you can love properly if you're not loving. Quick morning prayer. Father, thank you for this morning. Thank you for waking us up with sound minds, activity of all our limbs, all our senses working intact, and divine health from the crown of our heads and the soles of our feet. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in, those our loved ones that aren't tuned in. Bless us to have an awesome day today. And yeah, in your precious name we pray, amen. All right. It's not a religious broadcast, but I like to start it right. What's up, bruh? I don't know what to tell you if it's echoing now. I don't know what to tell you. We're just going to have echoes. We're just going to have voice dome. Okay, cool. Sometimes it's just a technical glitch. All this stuff is technical. So sometimes we just get some glitches here and there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to jump on. Instead of just doing celebrity birthdays, I'm going to do... Let's see how this looks back here if it's shining too much. It has a little glare when I have the light on. Light or no light. The backlight is the thing. I'll do that later. I'm in my shop studio. So I have some extra lights. We're in phase 4 of the build out of the shop in Burbank. Shop/studio in Burbank. So we're on phase 4. It's 5 phases. When I finish phase 5, I'll do a full walkthrough so you guys can see what's going on. But I'm excited. All right, here we go. Let's get to these birthdays. We got some birthdays with our folks on. I'm just going to my Facebook friends today. Instead of doing celebrities, most of them, a lot of celebrities I don't know. I reach out to the ones I do know. And I'm going to do these birthdays. We got Nikki Sweet. Dr. Nikki's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Nikki Sweet. Christopher L. Ormond. Christopher L. Ormond. Happy birthday, Chris. Melissa Williams. Happy birthday. If y'all are getting this or you know these folks, share this with them. Shannon Burkett Sullivan. Happy birthday, Shannon. Lisa Lyons. Happy birthday. Latoya Hill. Happy birthday. My girl Angela McCrae. All right, Angela, I hit you up. Happy birthday, Angela. I don't know where you are in the world. You know, you got those friends every time you see them. It's like, where you at? Oh, I live in Egypt. It's like, oh, shoot. Sharice Wilton. Happy birthday, Sharice. Nikki Walker. I think that's Dr. Nikki. I think that's Nikki Sweet. You know, some people got more than one Facebook page. Happy birthday, Nikki. Singer Ndambi Blue. Happy birthday. Calvin Hope. Happy birthday. My girl from Tampa, Monique Wilburn. Happy birthday, Monique. Happy birthday, y'all. Big shout out to my man ASG, rapper, producer. He's in Arizona right now. Shout out ASG. It's not your birthday, but be safe out there on the roads. Be safe on them roads out there. I don't know where that voice came from. All right, y'all. So, all through the month of June, I'm talking about self-love. Let me get out of this Zen music because I'm trying to wake up now. So, let's get out of this Zen situation. I know you know ASG, Denise. He's out there on them roads. Trucker. I think he owns his own truck now. Getting close to owning your own truck. Congratulations, young man. All right, this morning, we're talking about self-love again. Let me give you a working definition for self-love. And I have to say, I say this all the time, but if by any chance one of my celebrity friends or somebody I want to interview comes on and they ready for an interview, we shift. I will shift. This is live. Last week, I had one of the biggest blessings because somebody I've been wanting to interview for a couple years tuned in. And you can see the full interview on my Instagram page or on my YouTube channel, for Rawlings Live YouTube channel. I got to interview Dr. Lubricated Chastity. If I stumble over these words, it's because these lips and this tongue. And it is a little early. Dr. Hadia Nicole Green. She's the sister that's curing cancer right now, helping to cure cancer. And she's about to do human clinical trials. She needs our donations. And amazing story. I'm thinking when I saw all these years that she was like this African sister, brilliant sister scientist from Africa that's doing this amazing stuff. She's from St. Louis, Missouri. She's from the Lou. And real down to earth and still a genius, but amazing interview. So you can go back and check that out. Check it out on the YouTube channel as well. But let's get to it, y'all. Today, in the midst of self-love, let me give a working definition for self-love one more time. Self-love, an appreciation for oneself that grows from actions supporting your physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Treat yourself with the same compassion, respect, and care you would a close friend. Excuse me. Okay? I even go deeper to say a relative that you love, or even a child, which is deep because if you have children, you know how much we love our children way beyond ourselves a lot of times. So, love you, Zoe. I know you'll see this soon. All right, today, there's a couple things I was hitting on today, but this one kind of hit me the most. So I'm gonna delve into this. And I usually delve into things that also, if I'm talking to any of my friends, it's a conversation that we're having. And yesterday I was having a conversation with a friend and I touched on this. Today's topic, forgiving yourself, letting go of past mistakes with compassion. Forgiving yourself, letting go of past mistakes with compassion. We hold on to a lot. It's some of us that haven't forgiven ourselves for things that weren't our fault at all. Things that happened to you in your childhood. Just living. While we talk about the 100% responsibility thing, it's not meant for you to carry things that weigh you down that have caused you unforgiveness to yourself, where you find yourself, you ever notice if you're talking about something you did wrong, or I gotta get that together, your voice drops, your head drops. Pay attention to your body language when you're talking to yourself, not just when you're talking to others. I look at how people talk to me, and sometimes people say it's not what you said, it's how you said it. Same thing to yourself, y'all. You ever see somebody say, why are you talking to me like that? You have to say that to your child sometimes. You say, excuse me. Because we talk to our children nowadays. It's a different type of parenting. Some people have went through talking parenting. Or you get to a certain age, it's supposed to be like that anyway. But why are you talking to me like that? You ever look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself that? Why am I talking to myself like that? Why I feel like this? Forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself is the intentional process of releasing guilt and shame by holding your past mistakes in tension with self-compassion. Forgiving yourself is the intentional process of releasing guilt and shame by holding your past mistakes in tension with self-compassion. It involves taking accountability for your actions, separating your behavior from your identity, and allowing yourself to grow without pushing yourself. Navigating self-forgiveness requires a shift in mindset and actionable emotional healing. All right, one more time. And that's from the Cornerstone Christian Counseling. Forgiving yourself is the intentional process of releasing guilt and shame by holding your past mistakes in tension with self-compassion. It involves taking accountability for your actions, separating your behavior from your identity, and allowing yourself to grow without punishing, not pushing, sorry, without, because I was like pushing yourself. Sometimes you got to push yourself to grow without punishing yourself. Okay? Does that make sense? As people say. Intentional process of releasing guilt and shame by holding your past mistakes in tension with self-compassion. It involves taking accountability for your actions, separating your behavior from your identity, and allowing yourself to grow without punishing yourself. It's hard when you feel guilty for something not to take that on as if it is your identity. You know, I've heard people say, I'm such an idiot. I'm like, whoa, you might have done something idiotic. You might have been stupid. And some people are correct. Some people are not. Just joking. It's a joke. It's a morning joke. If you find yourself saying, I'm such this, I always this, or it's easier to deflect when people put labels on you if you've already worked it out in your head. I always say how we talk to others and how people talk outwardly is how they really talk to themselves. I have a friend that's extremely critical. Not so much critical of guys, more so of girls. And a lot of it came from, and he broke this down to me. I'm using this out now because you guys don't know who he is. He broke this down to me about his relationship with his mom, how she wasn't a nice woman. And he watched his mom really be negative towards his father for years. In turn, as he got older, he got into relationships where not just the women, but just the two weren't good. But he's a good person. That's so crazy. You can be a good person and still not really like yourself. You can be a good person and still punish yourself for past mistakes. And outwardly, you think, my father was like that. My father was a great person. But when I sat down, and this was before he passed away, thank God he was still in sound mind, and I sat down and interviewed him, just talked to him for like 2 hours. And I could look at his body language when he would be talking upward about certain things he liked to do, and then he would just get down on himself, and his whole body would. And it's been several times throughout life when we would talk about certain things, and I watched my father's body language just lean in when he's like, yeah, I need to get that together. Just voice get low. And it was just holding so much stuff. It led into some of his depression, alcoholism, drug use, all of those things that we try to lean into to help alleviate the pressure that we hold on to because we have unforgiveness for ourselves. So we're gonna give some action steps on how to alleviate yourself and how to be more compassionate with yourself. Taking accountability for your actions, of course. It's like somebody that gets locked up for a crime. A lot of times in sentencing, they're sentenced to their crime. And let's say they've done the time and they up for parole. You're up for parole. One of the things you hear, at least, and I've never been in that situation and been in prison, but when you hear people talk about it, they go before the parole. We see it in the movies and stuff. One of my favorite movies, Ocean's 11, and he's sitting there and they want to know, are you remorseful? Have you learned from your mistakes? Have you been rehabilitated? Prison system. Prison system is a business, so it is what it is. Have you been rehabilitated? Do you feel like, I remember they asked Daniel Ocean, do you feel like you were getting to the same things that you were into before, this, that, and other? He said, my wife left me once, so I don't think she's going to do it again. He said that was triggered it. He was in a bad space, his mental, And a lot of times we're in a bad space, or we're doing something, or we're lying. Usually lying is because of fear. Usually lying is triggered by fear. Fear of what someone may think, fear of the responsibility of whatever it is. Sometimes we lie by accident. We do a premature investment, or we're doing something prematurely without knowing if this is coming back or that is coming back, or without knowing the answer, we just say something, and you get into a position of doing stuff like that. Sometimes you just lie because you're lying. But the ripple effect, taking accountability for what you've done. All right, let's go through the action steps. We're talking about, if you're just tuning in, welcome to Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. We're talking about forgiving yourself, letting go of past mistakes with compassion, giving yourself compassion, love. We're talking about self-love the whole month of June. I'll get to my sponsors near the end of the show, so shout out to all my sponsors. And you can see them below in the comment section. In the caption section, you'll see all my sponsors, people I like to give a shout out to. Acknowledge and accept. Face the facts. It is impossible to forgive what you refuse to look at. Acknowledge what happened objectively without minimizing the event or emotionally exaggerating your flaws. Wow. Face the facts. It is impossible to forgive what you refuse to look at. So, what went wrong? This is where, like I said, Jack Canfield is the first one I saw talking about 100% responsibility. And first I was like, wow, for everything? If you were abused as a child, if you were molested, if raped, and this, that, and that. It wasn't saying responsibility for what happened to you that's outside of your control. It's saying what you do after that, how you live your life, perspective, how you go about treating other people, how you treat yourself is your responsibility. So look at what happened objectively. Step outside of yourself. Because I've done it. I've listened to other people do it, and they talk about their life, and it goes into everything that happened to them. I was talking to my daughter one time about, how good my parents were. Good parents. They taught me some good lessons and this and that. She looked at me like, I thought you said your parents left you when you were 14. I said, while they were there, Zoe. While they were there. A friend of mine, Dr. Zoe, and I don't want to tell her book because she's working on a couple new books, but she was interviewing me, and it was something about mothers, and I'm talking about my mom, and I'm not going to get emotional in here, even though I don't mind getting emotional, but as I was talking about things, man, our life is a lot of perspective, y'all. Life has a lot to do with perspective. Almost all of it. Me and a friend of mine were talking about just how you go about meeting people, and we talk about dating and all this stuff. When I tell you our life is perspective and vision, this life. Was it that merrily, life is but a dream? It's almost like life is a dream. It is perspective. If you get this mind right in your heart and how you talk to yourself, if you get this right, you put yourself in a position to live the life you want. No matter how old you are, it's never too late. One of my favorite all-time movies is Scrooge. It's what's the day, Tuesday? It's trash day. If you hear a bunch of banging, it's trash day. One of my favorite movies is Scrooge. Them goes scared the hell out of Scrooge to the point where in one night he woke up the next morning. It's a wonderful day. It's your wonderful day. All of us don't have three ghosts. And most of us, if you see one ghost and hear some chains, you're peeing on yourself, you're running down the, Lord, you sit in the corner, I'm crazy. You're not crazy. And perspective. I was thinking about the book itself. I think it wanted to talk about things we could have gotten from our mothers, or things we felt like we could have got more of, and this, that, and other. And when I think back on my life, I think I've been doing this exercise so long, or I've had so much optimism. Or at one point in time, waking up, sunlight was light for me. Waking up to crying at night, going to sleep, tears rolling down into my ears, going to sleep and hearing the birds chirping in the morning. We got a golf simulator here in the office. And when I tell you, I turn up the golf simulator when I'm working on it because they have birds chirping in the background. It's one of the greatest simulated sounds. So, acknowledge and accept. Face the facts. It is impossible to forgive what you refuse to look at. Acknowledge what happened objectively. A lot of times we are placing blame everywhere. See both sides of it. And hold your accountability, hold the other person accountability without minimizing the event. And this is a big one outwardly. Once you can do this inwardly, this is a big one outwardly too, because I've seen people minimize things. Like, I was right in my part of doing this, and they're not acknowledging empathetically how how it affected the other person. But at the same time, especially if you're going solution minded, you have to figure out, how do we fix this? If it's a simple fix, and I'll be honest, y'all, sometimes you can never fix the damage. There may be certain parts, but sometimes you can never fix the damage of a thing. And there's some heinous stuff that people have been through. Heinous. And they forgave somebody for doing something criminal to them. Criminal. Killing somebody. Molesting somebody. It's people that have forgiven people for some... There's people who forgave parents for abuse. All kinds of abuse. Who ended up taking care and loving on their parents. You know, one of the interviews I had during the pandemic, and I think my girl's name is Barbie Liss. I think it's Barbie Liss. Forgive me if I'm getting your name wrong, baby. From Canada. And I'm going here, SVU, but her daughter was abused by a stranger. And I interviewed Barbie, and I think that was the first interview I cried in on live because she talked about when they talked about how they wanted to sentence or deal with this young man or press charges, they did a different kind of, he didn't go to jail. They just had him go through a course of like reconciliation with them. I was done because I could only think about where I would be if somebody did something like that to my daughter. And I was done. But her daughter, herself, their lives, the freedom. But Troy, what does this have to do with forgiving yourself? All of it. There's some people out here who have been abused, who's something, and I'm in this vein for a reason, I don't know why. There's people who've been abused and you're accusing yourself. There's adults I know, men and women, who have been abused or something happened to you and you're still accusing yourself. A friend of mine lost a loved one and he keeps feeling like he could have treated them better while they were here. Dude, stop. And he's a good person and he took care of them in their last days. I was like, I know it's going to take a lot. But, yeah. Because what we learn to do for ourselves, we can do better for others. That's why the self-love thing is so important. There's some other topics and stuff that I'm going to be doing over the next 52 weeks or 50 weeks, whatever's left. 56 weeks. I'm sorry. My math is gangster. 48 weeks. Okay. That, we'll go deeper into loving, but I think it's so important to love ourselves and do these things, the inward work, do the work. When you hear people using the term, did you do the work? You broke up, but did you do the work? You broke up? How long you been with your last person? Did you do the work? I'm not a therapist or a psychologist. I'm just letting y'all know. I will be getting a degree sometime in this lifetime, sometime soon. I'll let y'all know when it's done. Nothing against honorary doctorates or folks that call themselves doctor and they're not doctor. But I just want my basic letters so I can put it on my book. I'll be honest. And validity. That's why I'm going for my degree. I think if Dr. Denise is still in here, because I think you have 12 degrees, doctor. And all your girls got degrees. Shout out to the fam. All right. So acknowledge and accept. We're talking about forgiving yourself this morning. This morning. Face the facts. It is impossible to forgive what you refuse to look at. Acknowledge what happened objectively without minimizing the event or emotionally exaggerating your flaws. That's a big one. That's a big one. Emotionally exaggerating your flaws. All of us have 3 degrees. Come on. Who do we want the 3 degrees? We want them now. See, only you and people our age even know where that comes from. Except for my friend. I got a Caucasian friend. Why am I sound like Kanye when I said it? Who loves Sanford and Son. He probably remembers that. But he might not. If I say that, I'm gonna say that to him when I see him later. Sometime today, I'm gonna say it to him on the text or something, and see if he gets it. If he doesn't get it, I'm like, I can't say that over here. Yes, I can. Y'all know I'm a comedian. If he doesn't get this joke, I'm like, you racist. You don't know about Sanford. Because you got to know who the 3 degrees are. If you don't know who the 3... Want to be my baby. Okay. Accept the unchangeable. Recognize that the past cannot be altered. Dwelling on what could have been distracts from the present. Ooh. And this is from owenclinic.net. What are your degrees in, doctor? What are y'all degrees in? You can put them down here because I'm going to brag on you. Oh, let me put this in here. You look like one of the 3 degrees. You have that. I could imagine, you already had a beautiful look about you. But I can imagine when you're younger, girls had the pictures with the, I don't want to knock stuff over because it's not my nursing and education. Come on. I knew you were a nurse. I want to at least get a psychology degree. I want at least my bachelor's in psychology. At least. Because of my mission. The validity of it for me. Some people are like, oh, I got my degree. For me, it just adds, like some of the stuff I talk about, especially not being married. Some people are like, well, how do you know all this stuff? I don't know. I read a lot. I study a lot. I've been doing a sex, love, relationship comedy tour for 22 years. I have books. I write articles. I'm doing everything but getting my daggone degree. Trace communication education. Come on. And Ash, what are Ash's degrees in? And Trace just got hers, right? I'm sorry, y'all. Sidebar. Political science. Ash was in town too. She came to my comedy show that I was hosting on Monday nights. Sorry, y'all, I'm putting this here because I forgot to do it this morning. This morning, you're going to get all kinds of interruptions. Bear with me. All right. And if you want to Cash App and donate towards the show and towards the phases It's $. Everybody's tuned in. It's $. I'm not gonna put it down there. It's $ Troy Rawlings. Okay. Or you can DM me and say, hey, I want to donate towards what you're doing, your next book, the build out for the studio, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I haven't said that while I gotta add that to my thing. Where were we? The next, I'm gonna go for another 20 minutes because I think 20 minutes I can get through this, maybe. Okay. I hope you're taking notes. Acknowledge and accept. Face the facts. Accept the unchangeable. We're talking about forgiving yourself this morning, y'all. With compassion. Letting go of past mistakes with compassion towards yourself. It's all a part of self-love month. I will use that F until that TH, boy. That Baltimore in me. Come out. Month. Accept the unchangeable. Recognize the past cannot be altered. Dwelling on what could have been distracts from the present. Unforgiveness is one of those things that, and like I said, this is not a religious quote unquote broadcast, but for 4 years, my first 4 years at the church I was going to when I turned 19, it was like I was in college under Dr. Kenneth Robinson. I think he just turned 82. Happy birthday. He just turned 60. That was funny. But a lot of the base of our sense of morality and love comes from some kind of scriptural base, be it biblical, be it whatever religious thing you study. Our base of morality comes from some kind of past degrees of other people. I don't think there's any better definition of love than what the Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians 13. I don't think there's a better definition of love. A lot of the quotes that we do is like, when I was a child, I act like a child, but I'm a man, I put away childish things. Paul was talking about love. He was talking about love. So for those men who don't understand, it was like, yeah, I got myself together, got my job, and he was talking about love. All of that's included in love, but he was talking about love. And I don't believe we can love properly without having self-love. We haven't talked about a lot of self-love coming up. We don't hear about that stuff. I think the Black Power movement tried to induce a lot of that with self-pride. But self-love goes deeper because it helps you brush things off a bit easier and put it in perspective. And we're talking about perspective. A lot of this is perspective. If you look at yourself as someone who always messes up or messed up real bad and nothing can change it, that's where you're going to stay. So feel your emotions. So we talked about acknowledge and accept, which said face the facts, accept the unchangeable. Dwelling on what could have been distracts you from the present. It's very important to stay present going forward in life. To not get depressed, staying present is very important. Feel your emotions. Process rather than suppress. Process rather than suppress. Allow yourself to experience guilt and shame so you can understand them. Try journaling about your feelings or meditating on why the mistake bothers you. Whew. Woo! Feel your emotions. Process rather than suppress. Allow yourself to experience guilt and shame so you can understand them. Try journaling. Man, when I tell you, I got books for days, books everywhere. Try journaling about your feelings or meditating on why the mistake bothers you. When something bothers us, we make a mistake, bad decision, something, and it bothers us. That's the thing. That's the thing we're supposed to write on. We're supposed to process it, not press it down. I'll get it together. I'll be all right. No, process it. Man, why does this bother me so much? Oh, because you messed up big time and you hurt somebody. How can I correct that? They might not forgive you for what you did, but what can you do to correct it? Are there any steps? Are there any steps that I can do to correct this? Processing the whole situation helps writing it down. We will write down our plans for a party. We will write down our daily schedule, our things to process it, rather than suppressing it, holding on to it. The feeling of guilt and it bothering you is there for a reason. It's there for you to acknowledge it. It's not there for you to hold on to it, suppress it, and it grows into some funky kind of fungus that starts deteriorating parts of your body and your mind and your emotions. So feel it. And over the years, sorry, I think about my mom when I'm biting my lip. Stop biting your lip. I used to tell my mom that too. Stop picking your lip. Stop biting your lip. It's a terrible habit. I saw a young lady in Walmart or something. And she was like, I was like, stop picking your lips. I said, I'm sorry. My mom used to say that to me all the time. Thank God for chapstick. Commercial. Chapstick. Thank God for y'all. You saved me going into high school. And y'all should have told me strawberry chapstick had red in it. I was looking like RuPaul some days. Anyway. Feel your emotions. Process rather than suppress. Don't push it down. Process it. Take time to write it out. Why am I feeling bad about this? Why am I feeling bad about this? What did I do wrong? Blah, 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 blah. And you can see it. Here's another thing that happens when you write something down. It gets out of here onto here. It becomes tangible here and not deteriorating here. That makes sense? Hopefully somebody's like, yeah, that do make sense. Tangible here, not deteriorating here. Same thing with visions. If your vision is, yeah, I had it in my mind. I got an idea for my book in my mind. Write it down. Guess what? If you have an idea for a book in your mind, sidebar. If you have an idea for a book in your mind, podcast, if you have an idea for a podcast or radio show, you need to be DM me so I can take you through my course so we can get you started today. I can get you started on your podcast today. This is an advertisement for me. If you have an idea to talk about something and you haven't started yet, hit me up. I'll get you started today. Okay. DM me. You can find me. I'm not hard to find. Or TroyRawlings@gmail.com. Subject, podcast today. Or DM me. You said you can help me get started on my podcast today. I'm tired of waiting. Today. It is the 6th month. It's the middle of 2026. You're just sitting on the couch. No, I'm saying. All right. Taking it from your mind and putting it here. Book, idea, guilt. Makes it tangible somewhere other than inside of you. You don't have an idea for a book. Okay, everybody has an idea. Guess what happens when you write your idea for your book down? You've started writing your book. What? Okay. I don't know who that's for. Dr. Denise, I take it you have several books. Between you and your daughters. All right. Understand the why. Examine the circumstances surrounding your past action. Were you acting out of fear, ignorance, or stress? It's Terry Cole on YouTube. Thank you, Terry Cole. Understand the why. Examine the circumstances around your past actions. Were you acting out of... Always check on your candles. If you're a candle person like I am. I'm not one of those spooky candle people in my shows. You know, you ever went to somebody's house, and especially y'all that's trying to be romantic, and you just know if that fire alarm wasn't beeping and working properly, the fire department be there. Turn some lights on. These candles are getting spooky. The smoke soot. Just because it's dark doesn't mean I can't smell the soot. It's too many candles. Okay. Use that later. Understand the why. Examine the circumstances surrounding your past action. Were you acting out of fear, ignorance, or stress? Not only are these three, fear, ignorance, these are good. Fear, ignorance, stress. You know, this is not only mistakes, I think these are three bases of why we lie. Everybody lies, even if it's somebody. Oh, who? Yeah, she's not here right now. Okay. Yeah, you got the wrong number. I sound like her. Lie. Fear, ignorance, stress. I think that's three reasons why we lie. I think lying is the lead into the mistake. Or for some of us, we're bluntly honest. How many people are honest to a fault? How many people are honest without empathy? Yeah, I'm just going to be honest. I'm just being honest. And you don't care about the other person's feelings. Sometimes being honest is shutting up. Or just telling the person, I don't want to, I don't want to be offensive towards you. Some people say, I ain't trying to offend you. See how the inflection goes? I don't want to be offensive to her. I'm not trying to cause any problems. That's ending it. The descent of the voice says, I'm ending this. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. Guys always drop their voice. Women tend to say, okay, we're going to wrap this up. I don't know why y'all go up like that. You got some women that be like, look. And that was the look was the end of it all. I tell you what. My father used to be, I tell you what. My father was at his last straw. And, hey, I tell you what. You don't want to hear the what. He's probably very upset. Fear, ignorance, and stress. Wow. I said it before. Most people lie because of fear, covering, or ignorance, or stress, or it's a reaction. But this is saying those are some of the things that lead into the mistakes. It goes back to a lie or hurt or like I said, being so honest that you're not concerned about people's feelings. Take responsibility and make amends. Fix what you can. If your actions harm someone, offer a genuine apology. If possible, repair the damage. Doing your part to right a wrong is a major step in easing self-reproach. That's the owenclinic.net. Fix what you can. The hard thing about the past is that you cannot change the past. There are some things you can fix. If you owe somebody money, if you broke something or caused an accident. When it comes to the emotional damage, the mental damage, the hurt that someone else carries, there's nothing we can do about that. That's the hardest part when we make mistakes. When it comes to emotional damage, the hurt, the way someone else carries it, there's nothing we can do about it. That's the part that eventually we have to forgive ourselves for and try to move past it. The relationship may never be the same. You may never get the friendship back. Or if it is back, it won't be the same way. That's the hardest part of making certain mistakes. You cannot repair someone else's thought. You cannot manipulate someone. I mean, you can manipulate someone, try to, but you can't change someone else. You can't change someone else. You can't change their mind. God doesn't try to do it. You can't change someone else. There's something I wanted to pull up, y'all, while we're here. And some of this stuff, we will be doing some like live stuff. So I'll have an actual audience in some of this stuff in the coming weeks, or not as much the morning edition. The morning edition is specifically for this kind of flow, me to just get on here and talk. And if you like hearing me talk, let me know. If this is helping anybody, I want the DMs, the messages and things, if you think this is good. And if you want the past ones, I'll send the YouTube links and all that good stuff. But take responsibility and make amends. I want to look something up real quick. Okay. This is pretty deep. And once again, why am I getting so emotional? Okay. So I think I'm gonna have to end with that one. Okay. Sorry. I was looking up something because it was in my mind earlier. And it's probably something you've heard before, be it, like I say, be you a person that knows about biblical scriptures or not. This is a term that you always hear. It's one of those quotes from Jesus, Yahweh, Jesus, Emmanuel, whatever his Hebrew name is. I have a friend who grew up in Israel, and we was talking. His brother was talking to him, and my friend from Israel, he was like, "Yeah, because Jesus, his name wasn't Jesus, it was Yahweh, right?" He was like, "That's the Hebrew name for it." He said, "Yeah, what do you call him?" He's like, "Jesus." He's like, "Oh." You had to be there. It was so fun because he was, yeah, another thing is, and another thing. All right, y'all. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about self-love. Today we're talking about forgiving yourself, letting go of past mistakes with compassion towards yourself. Action steps: acknowledge and accept, face the facts, accept the unchangeable, feel your emotions, process rather than suppress, understanding the why, which was a very good one because it says examine the circumstances surrounding your past action. Were you acting out of fear, ignorance, and stress? I also broke down that those three things are the reasons we usually lie. Lying in any form usually leads into the mistake, unless it was a physical mistake and it was something was it stress, was it ignorance? I didn't know this was going to happen, so I said this, and it became a domino effect. But understanding your part in it, writing it down too, instead of holding it and suppressing it. That was a good one. Fix what you can. Take responsibility and make amends. Fix what you can. If your actions harm someone, offer a genuine apology. Not just, "Oh man, my bad." This is what I wanted to say. We're in a generation. My bad. Instead of saying, "I'm sorry, I apologize for ... I understand. How can I fix this?" That's an apology. That's an apology. Stop saying, "I feel some kind of way," y'all. Especially if you over 40. If you over 30. Why are you saying, "I feel some kind of way"? I know y'all don't like me. I think I wrote about it in Butt Naked Honest, Conversational Foreplay for Dating. I think I said, instead of saying "I feel some type of way," start going back to saying how you feel. That's suppression. "I felt some kind of way." Somebody came up with that because they were embarrassed in saying, "You hurt my feelings. I was mad. I was upset. I was jealous. I was angry. I was sad. I got sad. What happened? They cheated on me. I was sad." Instead of "they cheated on me, I felt some kind of way." Who came up with that? I'm gonna do something on that today. Who came up with that? "I felt some kind of way." What way did you feel? I always ask people, what way did you feel? "I was hurt." You can see it when they had to say it. What way did you feel? "Oh, I was sad." Did I say that? Doing your part to right a wrong is a major step in easing self-reproach. When you can right a wrong, it alleviates some of the pressure that making the mistake is causing you, and that holding on to making the mistake is causing you. That's from the owenclinic.net. Good stuff, y'all. All right, practice self-compassion. The friend test. If a close friend made the exact same mistake, how would you support and comfort them? Offer yourself the exact same grace and understanding. But this is hard because, like I say about us talking to ourselves, how you talk to yourself is how you're going to talk to others, usually. But I'm starting to realize that some people who outwardly are great and very compassionate, stuff like that, hold themselves, they have a weight of energy that they hold themselves, they don't love on themselves properly. They don't forgive themselves properly. They have stuff that, I wish I was a better mom. I was out in the streets. I was doing this. I wish I was a better dad. I wasn't there for my child and this, that, and other. What are you doing now? Huh? Do you see your child now? Are they grown now? Do you see your grown child now? Do you contact your grown child? They're your child until you die or they die. I know people whose parents are 90-something, 80-something. They rolling with their parents. My dad's wonderful. My mom's this. And I'm going to my mom's house, and they are your child until they leave this planet or you leave this planet. There's still time. There is still time. Don't let 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, 10 years, don't let that be the end all. Whatever it is. I don't know who I'm talking to. Challenge negative self-talk. Replace phrases like "I'm a failure" with a growth focus. That F, boy, that F besides that TH. It's morning time. I try to be better when I'm on radio. Focus your energy on. I'm jumping. Challenge negative self-talk. Replace phrases like "I'm a failure" with a growth-focused narrative, such as "I made a mistake, but I'm learning." And I've heard people say this, owenclinic.net. I've heard people say this. I made a mistake, but I'm learning, I'm growing. But make sure you believe that. I love that, writing it down. Oh man, what mistake did I make? I shouldn't have did this. And I did this because, I was fearful. And then if you go back and talk to the person, "Hey, I just wanted to talk to you about something. I apologize. I did this back, man. I know you said you forgave me, but I did this. And I realized I did this because of this. I was scared. I was ignorant. I was stressed. I know you said you forgive me, but how can I do better with that? As you're my friend, I don't want you to ever feel this way again. You're my spouse. You're my brother, my sister, my mother, my father, my child. You're my child. I don't want you to feel this way again. How can I?" And now mind you, and part of self-love is also realizing that don't let it turn into another person's manipulation of you because you're trying to make amends. Make sure there's a definite way of make amends. You're not indentured to someone for life of trying to make amends. Make sure there's some definite things that you can make amends on. Make amends is the person like, "I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along." No, we won't. No, we won't. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. And you tell me if this is cool or what I can do. And I'm here for you. But I don't know. You ever see the Little Rascals or one of those shows back in the day you're watching? It's like, "How can I make it up to you?" I don't know. Let's see what a cartoon where the person is like doing their feet and doing their nails and doing their hands and bringing them food and stuff. And it's like, "I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you made me breakfast. Oh, thank you. Oh, I don't know." Okay. Recommit to your values. Shift to the future. Self-forgiveness is a process of actively building new habits. Focus your energy on present actions and future improvements. One of the biggest things we can do to activate. And that's from YouTube. Dr. Liz White, clinical psychologist. Thank you, Dr. Liz White. Shift to the future. Self-forgiveness is a process of actively building new habits. Focus your energy on present actions and future. Focus your energy forward. How can you be better? I love that writing it down piece. That I'm working on a couple new books, but these things are so valuable. I'm hoping this is helping you as much as it's helping me. Years ago, I did a deep dive into, which I thought there were 14 things I found on the attributes of love, and it came from 1 Corinthians 13. But it was really for me. It was fully for me. I think I might have talked about it online a little bit, but it was fully for me at the stage I was at. And this thing gets better and better and better as you go along. I think I'm probably at around an hour on this second piece, so I'm going to end with this, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. But please share this. If this helped you, share it with somebody. Like I said, we're talking about self-love in the month of June. Today we're talking about forgiving yourself. This hit me. There's a scripture in the Bible. Jesus talks about the second greatest commandment. Matthew 22:37 through 40. This is like amplified version of the Bible. There's so many versions of the Bible to get some messages from. It's crazy. Crazy. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. That is, unselfishly seek the best or higher good for others. It talks about how he states this command is second only to loving God, and that the whole law and the writings of the prophets depend on these two commandments: loving God and loving your neighbor as yourself. I think we skate over that a lot. Love thy neighbor is a world-renowned thing. We're supposed to love our neighbors. We're supposed to love people who are not like us. We're supposed to love as yourself. It's kind of impossible to do that if you don't know how to love yourself properly. Maybe that's why we're not loving our neighbors properly, because we haven't learned how to love ourselves properly. Bars, Negro. Thank you. That's some bars. Am I doing the right head? Okay. All right, y'all. Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. It is Tuesday, June 16th. If you're a T-Mobile person, and I'm putting this out here as if T-Mobile is I might have to tag T-Mobile. Don't forget T-Mobile Tuesdays. Why am I saying this? I'm a T-Mobile client, but why am I saying this? Because am I crazy, or did last week on Tuesday, T-Mobile has a T-Mobile place somewhere in Los Angeles, maybe in Santa Monica, and they were doing gas for $1.99? Was that real or AI? Okay, I'll find out. But T-Mobile Tuesday, I'm gonna go on and check out and see what's going on. But quick shout out to all my sponsors. Flamin' Pasta here in Los Angeles. They call them the Chipotle of pasta, but it's way better than, it's like going into a fast food Italian restaurant, getting a thing of pasta. It's on my Troy the Foodie page. You can see the review of the food. Milton Breeze, Urban Ballroom Dancing. Check them out if you're in the DMV. Barbara Solomon, writer. I'm trying to bring Barbara Solomon on here because I might have segments on the Troy Rawlings Morning Show early off, so the segments will eat up some of the early time, but I want you to meet some people that are doing phenomenal things. Barbara Solomon is an amazing griot and writer. She has some children's books, amazing coffee table type books, but she is a wealth of knowledge. Thank you, Barbara Solomon, for all you do. Steel City Cigars, big shout out to Tony Rawlings. Check out the Steel City Cigar Band Tour. His father is one of the baddest drummers in land, Cecil Brooks III. Am I saying it right? Bad Juju Golf. Shout out to my guy Ed and the family. Check out Bad Juju Golf. If you play golf and need some fly golf apparel, Bad Juju Golf. If you've been out and you've seen me and Ed out, you know who he is because he has the Bad Juju gear on. And I'm trying to get my body fit like his because he wears the golf gear like he just walk out and play golf. I'm jealous. I don't remember. I think the last time I had a 32 waist, I was in 8th grade, 9th grade. Anyway. Then Connor, my girl Renee, Destiny over Drama. Big shout out to my media sponsor, Sheen Magazine. Sheen Magazine on stands now. Everywhere you get your magazines, Barnes & Noble, all your fly book stands and stuff like that, magazine stands, check out Sheen Magazine. My Dear Troy article is in there. Big shout out to my author partner Yonder. And ReachLAAngels.com. Reach LA Angels. Follow Reach LA Angels, my weekly blog on there. I got to go and respond to some of y'all pieces. We were talking about food. We got another blog coming up tomorrow and maybe one for the first Sunday. So once a week blog. But great place for us to talk. Big shout out to my folks at Tasty W's doing their thing. That's it. Happy Tuesday. I'll talk to y'all later. Spread love. Spread this. God bless, one love. Peace.